Let's get started. We're gonna come to lay on our back. Baddha Konasana, soles of the heels together, knees apart. Coming to lie all the way down on your back, on your mat. And start by placing left hand on our heart, right hand on our belly. If you find that Baddha Konasana is too much to begin with today, you're welcome to come into constructive rest pose, bringing the edges of your feet to the edges of your yoga mat and just bringing the knees together. So your two options are here or coming down into Baddha Konasana. To start to arrive, we start by stopping. Finding that pause, that transition onto our mats, and coming into our bodies. And just starting to deepen the breath now. Feeling the rise and the fall of the breath. Underneath that right hand, right on belly center. Just breathe into the right hand, feel the belly expand. And then exhale, feel it contract. Stay here for a couple more breaths. Shift your awareness now to the left hand and just feel the rhythm of your heart. Feel your own tempo, your beat. And just honoring this heart space, checking in with what's going on inside of it today. Does the heart feel a little heavier, maybe closed down, contracted? Or are you living in a place right now where the heart is expansive, it's open, it's lighter? And there's no right answer to this. The right answer is exactly where you are and how you're feeling. But it's important that we acknowledge it and take it in as feedback to what kind of practice we need today. So do we need to move energy? Are you the kind of person that needs some intensity to help ground your nervous system? Or maybe today you need to pull back. Maybe life is really stressful and busy right now. There's a lot going on in your world. And today, maybe you only work at 60%. And this will unfold throughout our practice, just really listening to the body, listening to the breath, and letting your inner teacher guide you. That inner knowing, connecting with yourself, and giving yourself exactly what it is you need today. Let's take a couple more breaths, holding both spaces, the heart as well as the belly, and just breathing into both now. We have three brains, the head, the heart, and the gut. Just checking in with all of them, bringing them in an alignment. Today, we just set that collective intention of learning to bend so we don't break. So today, we learn to go with flow, we learn to listen to our bodies, feed our bodies what it is they need. We learn to be in presence, all these themes of yoga, coming home to center amongst the chaos, learning to dance in the rain. And we do this so when things get big, things get tough, when the humanness of life kicks in, we have the tools, we have the resources to come home to center, to come home to breath, to ground, to resource ourselves. We learn to bend so we don't break. Slide your hands off your body, take them to the outside of the knees, close your knees together like a book, and hug both knees in nice and tight, giving the lower back a nice release. Tuck the chin to the chest, pull those knees in tight, feeling the length of the spine. Here in Wind Reliever, giving that digestive tract a nice massage into the transverse colon. Breathe the belly up to the thighs, pull the thighs down to the belly. And then extend the left leg straight out across the mat, holding that right knee in. Take it in a little bit deeper now, breathing the belly up to the thigh, and you can roll out that right ankle. One direction and then the other. Make sure that left leg is your anchor leg. It's grounded, it's planted, toes are flexed up to the ceiling. And then we're going to switch sides, extending the right out, pulling the left in. Same thing on the other side. Right leg becomes our anchor, fully locked out, just like you would be standing, toes flexed back, engagement through those quadricep muscles. And when it feels good for you, you can roll into that left ankle or not. Again, always listening to what your body's wanting to do. How does it want to move? What areas can you breathe into to create more space, to find more release, more flow in the body? Okay, from here, let's place the left foot down. We're going to bend our right knee, placing that right ankle on the thigh. We're going to find dorsiflexion, pulling the toes back towards the knee. You're going to reach through that space you've created, grabbing at the back of the hamstring or on top of the shin bone, your choice. Try to keep the shoulders away from the ears as you start to gently guide that left knee in towards your body. Right knee is tracking in front of you, keeping that chin into the chest. And now we're breathing into the right side body, right into that hip. Sending breath into sensation. So today we're having a little bit longer holds, giving ourselves an opportunity to listen to the body, listen to what the body is telling you, the language of the body. We need to learn to decode our body speak. So what does sensation tell you? Is there injury? Is there illness? Is there stress? Is there tension? Is there a blockage of energy flowing? And then we feed and nourish the body with breath, with movement, with intention, with positive thoughts. Let's pull a little bit deeper, coming to your maximum today, whatever that looks like for you. Reminding yourself to breathe fully and deeply. Let's place the left foot down on the mat. We're going to take the right foot over to the left. We're going to take that left hand to the inside of the thigh, and you're just going to gently guide the knee away. You can extend this right arm out, palm up or palm down. And then tuck that tailbone under, creating a little bit more space at the top of this right hip bone. Release the hands, bring those knees all the way back. You're going to extend the right leg down to the ground. The left leg is going to bend, ankle resting on the thigh, flexion through the toes. You might just want to press into that left thigh, just giving a little bit of space before we get started. And then when you're ready, slipping that hand through the center. Again, hamstring or shin bone, your choice. Start to pull in, make sure you're flexing those left toes back. We always want to protect the knee joint in hip opening postures. Hips are often tight and that energy needs to go somewhere. Chin into chest, nice long spine, using the strength of your arms, your biceps. And using your breath to open the pose. So we physically get into different shapes, and then we breathe into the shapes. And the shapes help to unlock different parts of the body. They also stress the body in different ways to give us the opportunity to learn to find center. Pulling a little bit deeper now, remembering to guide that left knee in front of you as you pull that left ankle closer. Staying connected to your body. Always noticing where the mind is. Has it left the room? Has it left the body? Just bring it back. Okay, let's slowly release the foot down to the floor. We're going to take the left foot over to the right. Right hand to the inside of that leg, just guiding the knee away. Planting the left shoulder. You can extend the arm, cactus arm, whatever feels best for you. Little tuck under, really creating that space through the top of the hip. And then we release the arms, bring those knees back up. Uncross the legs. Let's hug in tight again, a wind reliever. This time, let's curl the forehead to the knees. Nice deep squeeze. And then place the head back down. Left foot's going to come down to the mat. Right hand to the inside arch of your foot. You're going to flex the toes up to the ceiling. And you're going to start to pull that knee down to the shoulder. Half happy baby. Now, depending on where you're at today, you might want to keep this left foot bent, or the knee bent, foot on the floor, or you might want to extend out. Breathing, guiding that knee down gently, a little bit of weight, still staying nice and connected to the body. I'm placing my left hand on my thigh, just a reminder to stay planted, to stay anchored. Reaching out through that heel, pulling the toes back, and breathing. If you want, you can extend that leg out. Maybe you need to slide the hand a little bit closer to the knee, finding a position that works for you. Flex the toes back, extend, breathe into those hamstrings. And then when you're ready, bending the knee, coming back into our half happy baby. And then releasing that leg up to the sky, just taking your hands to the back of the leg. Gentle pull, just starting to wake up those hamstrings a little bit further now. And again, if it feels right for you to do a little bit of movement through the ankle, feel free to do that. Let's slowly extend the right leg long. Bring it all the way down with control. Once that heel touches the ground, you're going to slide it back, placing the sole of the foot on the ground. Left leg comes in, inside arch. You're going to pull down, coming into half happy baby, chin into chest. Even if you are planning to extend that right leg, just start first with it bent, just giving the body a little bit of time to adjust to the new shape, the new asana, the new posture. Sending your breath in. I'm tighter today. I've been doing some leg workouts here at home. So today my practice really just needs to meet me where I'm at. Because of the strength training, I feel tighter. So I'm just breathing, knowing my body will open up. And again, if it feels right for you, you can extend that right leg, anchor point, toes flex back, reaching out through that heel. Still pulling those left toes down, just letting that knee slowly melt. And then if you wish, extending that leg all the way up. When you do the extension, just make sure that hip, that right hip doesn't roll over. We want to keep the back of the hip planted on the ground, that right leg fully extended, and we're breathing. Bend the knee, coming back into half happy baby. And then when you're ready, extending that leg up, sliding the hands up, starting to roll out that ankle if it feels right. Gentle pull. And then when you're ready, slowly extending, lowering that leg all the way down. Let's interlock our fingers, flip our palms, give ourselves a big stretch. Here I'm going to point my toes, reach, reach, reach. Get as long as I possibly can. Slide your left foot to the left-hand corner of the mat. Pick up your right foot, cross it over. You're going to bring your palms together now, releasing your index finger, Venus Mudra. You're going to shimmy your shoulders over to the top left-hand corner of your mat, keeping your hip bones down. So the back of the bum cheeks are flat on the mat, hip bones are facing up to the sky, and we're coming into this banana stretch. Lifting the rib cage off the hip bones, breathing into the side waist, creating some space here. Come back through center, uncross, straighten the spine out, flip the palms, give yourself a nice big stretch. And then we're going to slide the right foot to the right hand corner of the mat, left foot picks up, crosses over. We're going to shimmy the shoulders over to the right, keeping the hips exactly where they are. Full extension, head resting between the arm bones. Now breathing into this left side body. Really feeling the expansion of the intercostal muscles, the muscles between the rib cage, but also this space right at the waist, opening it up. Moving our body in every direction today, getting into all the little small areas. I guess today we're doing our spring cleaning internally, cleaning out all the spaces and places that we don't normally access. Let's get into them today. Let's come back to center, stretch it out, straighten it out. And then we're going to take the knees into the chest, big squeeze. One more twist or a twist before we come up to a standing position. Let's take the arms out wide, palms facing down, T position. Take a deep breath in. Keep those knees hugged in towards the belly, and then drop the knees over to the right. I don't have a block with me today, but if you have a block, you can bring it underneath your legs or in between your knees. You're going to shimmy your shoulders left or right to make this feel a little bit more comfortable. And if you want, you can pick up your head, turn it to the side, and maybe even placing a hand on top of the knees. bringing you deeper into this. Close your eyes if they aren't already. Just come inside. Feeling your way through this, checking in with areas that feel more constricted, restricted. See if you can open them with breath. Bring your head all the way back up. You're going to lift your top leg, lift your bottom leg, reset in center. And then arms back out, big breath in. Take it over to the other side. Shimmy those shoulders, make it comfortable for you, pinning that right shoulder down. Pick up your head, look to the side, maybe placing the hand on the knees. Use that breath, open up the body, spring clean. Bend into the areas you don't normally bend into. We have a tendency to kind of bend where it's easy, where we're the most mobile. And what this often does is create imbalance in our body. If we're always bending where we can bend and we don't access the areas that are more challenging, then we get tighter in those areas and create that imbalance by getting looser in the areas that we can bend into. So let's see if we can even that out today. Okay, eyeballs back up, top leg lifts, bottom leg to follow. Again, nice big hug in. We're going to take the hands to the back of the knees and we're going to rock and roll. Just flushing out those adrenal glands that sit on top of the kidneys. Rolling tailbone to top of the shoulders. Nice big rounding here. Eventually coming all the way up to sit. I'm going to do a little ponytail shuffle as I do this. Just feel free to windshield wiper side to side. Hands can be on the ground, getting into that internal, external rotation through the hips. And then drop your knees over to the right. You're going to place your right hand underneath your shoulder. You're going to just tuck or scoop that tailbone under, creating more space right at the top of the hips. Press into the ground, lift yourself up, draw that left hand back, squeezing into this left bum cheek. Nice, beautiful back bend opener for the hips. And then sit the bum down, flip those legs over, finding the wrist under the shoulder, tucking underneath, lifting, finding that extension, reaching all the way. And then circle it back down. Then turning to face me, let's just come into Baddha Konasana for a second. Soles of the feet together. Hands are going to come behind you. Think of your hands as a second spine. Sit up tall, walking the groin closer towards the heels. And then just energetically pressing those knees down. Take the chin to the chest, lengthen up. Big breaths in. Big breaths out. Nice. From here, bend those knees. Wrap the hands around the shin bones. Tuck the chin to the chest. Curl back. Nice rounding. Create some space between the discs of the spine. Feeling into this. Sit up tall, dropping right ear, right shoulder, rolling down through center, over to the other side, and then one more time coming all the way back. Stack the head. We're going to cross the ankles, place the hands down, spread those fingers wide, and then we're going to lift up and back. downward facing dog. So for our first down dog of the day, if it is your first down dog of the day, just take a moment and start to pedal it out. We won't worry about alignment as much right here as just feeling your way through this. So big breaths, one heel down, then the other, pushing those sit bones up and back. Create some space, opening up that posterior chain, the back line of the body. Take the feet so they're about hip width distance apart. Just look down at your hands. Make sure those knuckles as well as finger pads are pressing down, palms. You're going to lift your hips up and back, dropping your rib cage towards the thighs. Inner thighs are spiraling up towards the sky. Heels may or may not be down on the ground. That doesn't matter. Don't worry about making those heels touch the ground. Maybe today the spine is straight and the knees are bent. Just listening to the body, breathing, opening it up. Let's lift up the right hand, cross it over to the left hand side. Grab anywhere on the leg that's accessible for you. You're going to look under that left shoulder, breathing into the upper back. Unlocking that upper back, upper thoracic spine. Right hand's going to come down. Left hand's going to cross over, finding your placement, lengthening, pressing those hips back, creating that space. And then hands come down. We're going to come high on the toes. Let's just walk the feet between the hands. Let's just take a moment. Bring the belly onto the thighs. Lift up nice and high here. Hands can come out in front. If you have a block, you can come up onto your block as well. Just stretching out the pads of our feet, our toes. And then we're going to descend the heels, bringing them as close to the ground as possible. Mine aren't touching, just stretching out the Achilles tendons. Yours may or may not be. All just based on your anatomy, the length of those muscles, ligaments, and tendons. And then from here, we're going to place the heels down. Nice and slow, we're going to start to round it. So just find some space in the spine, pull the belly button up and in, and just slowly start to curl yourself all the way up. Take those arms nice and high, reach up. We're going to bend the knees now, press the air down, fold forward over the legs. Hands come to the ground. You're going to slide them up the shin bone, stopping just before the kneecaps. Knees can remain bent or maybe start to straighten them, pulling the shoulders away from the earlobes, getting nice and long. Lifting the pelvic floor, lifting the navel, thinking about length of the spine, crown of the head reaching as far in front of you as you can. Staying planted and weighted through those feet. Fold over the legs. We're going to place the fingerprints down. Picking up the left foot, you're going to step back, nice long lunge here. Bend into that front knee and just let the hips settle. Knee over ankle, and then you're going to square off the hips. You're going to pull that right sit bone back, and then that left hip comes around. And just check in today. How are the hips feeling? Staying high on your back toes, bringing the back heel over the toe bed. Couple of breaths. Now, depending on where you're at today, you may stay here, or if you want to add in a little bit of strength, you're going to lift the pelvic floor, lift the belly. You're going to start to float the hands off the mat, belly comes off the thigh. You're going to roll the head of the shoulder up, back, and down, and reach those arms alongside the body, palms facing down. Finding a nice 45-degree angle in our runner's lunge, Bonarasana. Holding here. Imagine pressing down on a table, activating through those triceps, through the arms. And then from here, let's sweep the arms up, pull the chest back, tailbone comes down, rib cage pulls back, knee stays over the ankle. Holding here, beautiful stretch for the hip flexor. And breathing. Let's add a little strength component. Tap that knee down, lift. If you notice, my front knee isn't straightening, just my back knee is doing the work. Let's do one more. We're gonna tilt forward, float those hands all the way down. Left hand's coming under left shoulder. We're gonna take the right arm up to the sky, big reach. See if you can look up at your thumbnail, pull the shoulder away from the chin, and hold. Let's circle out that arm. Nice big round circles, leading right now with the pinky finger. And then floating that hand back down. Plant it, lift up your foot, step it behind you. Let's come into plank. Heart between the thumbs, inner thighs lifted, pressing the floor away. Elbows have a slight bend to it, still high on that toe bed. Feeling into the belly, just embracing the shake. Notice right now if you have a sway back or you're piking your bum in the air. If you need to, drop the knees down onto the mat. Much better to protect the lower back. Let's just hold a couple more breaths. Lift your bum, press back, downward facing dog. Let's flip our right toes over, resting on the top of the foot, pressing that weight back, engaging through the right quadricep muscle. Nice stretch up the shins. Same thing, other side, flipping left toes over, flexing, reaching back, choosing how much weight you put into that foot. Flip it over. Let's walk the feet between the hands. Bend into the knees and then slowly round up. Take those arms all the way up. Big reach. Press the air away. Swan dive. Come forward. Inhale. Halfway up. Lengthen. Exhale. Fold. Plant the fingers. Step back. Right foot. Nice long lunge. Make it smooth, graceful. Okay. Find the hips on this side. Notice any difference from left to right. Check with the alignment. Knee over ankle. Pulling the hips around. Coming high on the back toes. Lengthening the neck. Staying here, or maybe pressing into that front heel, lifting the belly, rolling the head of the shoulder back, extending those arms. Coming into our runner's lunge, strong and stable. Can you squeeze your shoulder blades together? Lifting that back knee, straight leg. Then on an inhale, take those arms all the way up. Palms facing one another, rib cage comes back. Holding here. Tap your back knee down and rise. If this doesn't feel good for you, you're going to stay stationary. And one more. Come up, fold forward, hands come down. Right hand underneath that right shoulder. Left arm sweeps up. Turn the rib cage around. Pull it with you. Look up at that thumbnail. Shoulder away from chin. Creating that space. top hand, float it down, frame the foot. Get ready, stepping back, plank. You know your plank options. Knees are full up. Remember that good alignment. Connect, find your breath. If you're shaking, just embrace the shake. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tap your knees down, untuck your toes, bring those knees together. Push back, forehead down, bum onto the heels, child's pose, balasana. Take your right hand down by your knee. Cross your left arm over the body. You're going to slide your bum cheeks off. Breathe into that left shoulder. Center yourself. And then we're going to take it to the other side. Left hand, left knee. Right hand crosses over. Slide your bum off. Forehead down. Breathe in. Bum comes back onto the heels. Extend your hands. We're going to pull forward. Let's come into tabletop position for a second. Knees under hips, wrists underneath shoulders. Let's start with our toes tucked under. We're going to let the belly fall. Sit bones up to the sky. Pull your heart forward. Lift your chin. Open up that throat. The Vishuddha chakra right at the throat. Let the throat open, lift the chin, keep the teeth together. Breathe into this compression of the spine. Then we're gonna flip, tailbone comes under. We're gonna start to lift the navel to the spine, tuck the chin to the chest, closing off that throat chakra now. Also creating some space now through the discs of the spine. This contraction and then releasing and creating space helps to release synovial fluid. And this keeps us nice and hydrated and keep those discs bouncy and moist. Okay, let's move with breath. Inhale, come forward. This is cow. Exhale into cat. Inhale. And exhale. Hold the exhale. Lift the knees now, holding bear. And then from bear, you're going to extend those legs out, coming back into down dog. Lengthen your stance if you need to. We're going to take the right leg up to the sky. Reach it up as high as you can. Try to stay with equal weight distribution through the left, right hand. You're going to pull that right knee into your chest and you're going to come forward into plank. Hold it. Nice and tight, little hang time. And then step the foot between the hands. We're going to turn that back toe so it's parallel with the back of the mat. You're going to find the front heel intersecting the back arch. And then we're going to come all the way up. Straighten out that front leg. Make sure you have some distance between the heel and the back arch. And then you're going to bend into the knee. Knee's going to come over the ankle and it's going to track between your first and second toe. You're going to make sure that full back foot is planted, connected to the ground. Extend the arms all the way out, but pull the shoulders in. Come down a little bit further, warrior two. Lift the pelvic floor and make sure the shoulders are stacked over the hips. Holding here with breath. Let's take our right hand, pat our back. Left hand's gonna come behind. We're gonna wiggle those fingers to touch or maybe even taking a bind. Still staying in the lunge, making any micro adjustments you need. Sit up tall. Create that space in the body, space in the mind. Release the arms, bring them back into your warrior two. Front forearm's gonna come onto the thigh, palm turns up. We're gonna lift that back arm up and over the ear. Rotate the heart up towards the ceiling. Get nice and long, pulling the rib cage off the thigh, still staying bent in your lunge. Not yet, but soon we're gonna flip this coming into exalted warrior. So we're gonna start with the upper hand. We're gonna lift. It's gonna carry us up and over. That back hand's gonna slide down our back leg. We're gonna look up into our palm and reach, open up that rib cage. Beautiful. Inhale, come all the way up. Turn towards your mat. Pop your back heel up, frame your foot. Step on back, come into plank. Find your plank solid and stable. Let's just tap right knee, right tricep, bring it back. Left knee, left tricep, bring it back. Right and back, left and back. One more time. Nice. Lift the bum, downward facing dog. Right heel down, left leg up in the sky. Reach, reach, reach. Remember to stay squared. Just letting the hips open. Gonna bring the knee in towards the chest. Come into our plank. Hold. Squeeze that knee as tight as you can into your body. Using the pelvic floor, we're gonna step that foot between the hands. Turn the back toes around and then windmill those hands all the way up. Straighten the front leg, look at your alignment, heel arch, and then come into it. Knee over ankle, first and second toe. We don't want that knee collapsing in. Being mindful and aware of our movement pattern. We're gonna reach up and out, drop down, pelvic floor turned on. Looking center, peaceful warrior, right over that middle finger. Slaying our demons, fear, anxiety, jealousy, anger, whatever it may be. Not pushing it away, moving through it. Turning the wounds into wisdom. Let's take the left hand, plant it on your back, right hand comes behind. Walking those fingertips to touch or as close as they can, maybe a bind. Holding, staying strong. Lift that pelvic floor, squeeze into that right bum cheek, pull up the right thigh muscle. Release the hands, extend them out. Forearm comes onto thigh, back arm up and over that ear. Extend and reach, but pull the head of the shoulder back into the socket. How can you create more space here? Where can you soften? Maybe even into your jaw or gripping through the toes. Get ready for exalted. One motion, arm comes up, other arm comes back, reaching. Inhale, lift, turn towards the front of your mat, pop up on your back toes, frame the foot, come back into your plank. From plank, we're gonna drop the knees down, keep the toes tucked under. You're gonna reach back, tap the forehead down, inhale, pull forward. Keep those elbows close to your body, eye of the elbow turning towards the top of your mat. Bend, elbows graze the rib cage. Come on down, tap the forehead. Inhale, press up, sit your bum back, tap the forehead down. Inhale, forward, releasing. Inhale, all the way up and back. Couple more using your breath. One more. Nice. From here, press into the hands, press into the toes. Start to lift the knees, bear, hold. Extend those legs out, heels down, downward facing dog. From here, we're gonna either walk or hop to the front of our mat. We're gonna root through the feet, inhale, rise, come all the way up, hands to heart center. 2 sun salutations. Inhale, exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back, left foot, right foot, plank. Hold it. Now you can take this from the knees or full chaturanga dandasana. Big breath in. Exhale, halfway down, elbows grazing the ribs, pause. Inhale, pull that chest forward. Flip your feet over, look all the way up, inner thighs lifted. From the pelvic floor, start to lift. Lifting the belly, rolling over the toes, pulling those hips up and back, flipping the feet over. We're gonna step forward. Left foot, right foot, root down, inhale, rise. Hands to heart center. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Stepping back this time. Right foot, left foot, plank. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely. Step forward right. Step forward left. Root through the feet. Inhale, rise. Hands to heart center. Just bow the head to the hands. Take 3 deep breaths here. If you've lost your breath, this is a perfect time to come back into center. Lift your elbows up, press your palms into one another, and then you're going to take the tips of your fingerprints and press them down towards the mat. Drop the shoulders, keep pressing through those wrists. Slowly coming back up. Release the hands, bring the hands behind you, interlock. Separate your feet, and bend your knees, and just let those hands fall over the head. Reaching up, palms can be together or apart, your choice. From here, sweep those hands down. You're gonna bring the hands down to the ground. We're gonna come into our malasana squat. You can turn the toes out or keep the toes parallel. Elbows to the inside of the knees, hands are gonna come into heart center. You're gonna press those knees away, bringing the hands right to the heart. Drop the tailbone, get nice and long. You can stay here if you want to add a little twist. You're going to bring your right hand down. Make sure the tricep stays connected to that inner leg. From here, you're going to sweep left arm all the way up. Left hand comes down, it plants, it grounds, tricep to inner thigh, right arm all the way up. Reach, 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 spread the fingers. And then come back down. Let's just fall onto the bum. We're gonna bring the legs together. We're gonna rock back onto the sacrum, lift the knees. Keep the chest up. Options, hands can stay to the back of the knees, arms can come out in front of you, or you can make that full extension, keeping the chest nice and proud, any of the three options, and just holding here. Squeeze those knees together, embracing the shake, hold it. And then slowly lowering all the way down. Let's extend that left leg out. We're gonna cross the right leg over. Now, if you're gonna keep this bottom leg extended, make sure you're pulling the toes back, reaching out through the heel. The other option is to bend this leg. Just make sure that your right sit bone can touch down on the mat. There should be 3 points of contact, your 2 sit bones, and then that front knee, I guess your heel too. That's counted as one. Sit up nice and tall, just feeling into this, letting the hips have a chance to settle. Options for the arm are bringing that arm in front and holding, or you can bring the elbow all the way over top. Let's take the right hand behind us, pull the belly button in. Use that hand to get a little bit more length. We're gonna use our muscles first, and then we'll use our elbow against our leg to get the final little squeeze. So take a deep breath in, sit up tall, from the bottom of your rib cage, start to twist. Twisting towards the knee, looking all the way behind you as far as you can. Inhale, lengthen up a little bit higher. Exhale, twist. One more time now. Inhale, lengthen. Use your elbow against your leg. Final little squeeze, wringing out to the washcloth. Come all the way around. And then circle back to center. Take the hand to the inside of the leg now. Open twist, sit up tall, and then open away from the knee. Nice. Circle back, extend that leg out. You're gonna cradle the hand in the foot, and then you can just wrap your other arm in front or holding onto the knee. The other option is just taking that foot right into the crease of the elbow. And let's just start to rock and roll into that hip. Flexion through the toes. Just opening up, nice and big here. Little mobility through that hip. And then sit tall, hug in tight. We're going to take the right hand to the outside now of the pinky toe edge, and we're just going to rock that hip, different angle, extending and pulling back. Nice. Take the leg and bring it all the way down. Move any tissue out from underneath the bum cheeks. Pull the toes back, take the arms all the way up. We're creating this 90-degree angle, so lift that pelvic floor. We're gonna get super strong through the legs, so we're pulling the muscle back, and as you can see, my heels are slightly lifted off the ground. Dandasana. Reach up, pull the rib cage back, drop the shoulders down, just hold it nice and strong. Keep squeezing the muscle, hugging it around the bone for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start to extend forward, relaxing the legs, rounding the spine or keeping it straight, whether you want an active or passive Paschimottanasana, forward fold. If you can, if it's accessible for you, you can grab onto the legs, and if not, just hanging or dangling. Walk yourself back. We're going to do the same now, left side. So crossing left over right, making a decision whether we want that leg extended or bent. Again, reminder about those sit bones. Arm can be in front or up and over. Left hand's behind. Pull the belly in, give yourself some space. Sit up nice and tall, take a deep breath in. Exhale, using that arm, just gently begin to rotate. First with the muscles, the hands just supporting you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come around a little bit deeper. Okay, final one, we're going to use the resistance. Inhale, elbow against the thigh, now twist it all the way up. Circle the navel back to center. Take the arm to the inside, other arm comes behind, open up. Okay, come back to center, uncross your legs. You're gonna have your ankles in front of your knees, so not directly underneath. We're gonna bring the wrist directly underneath the shoulder. Chin is gonna come into chest. You're gonna take a huge, deep breath in here. And on the exhale, you're gonna press into the feet, into the hands, lifting yourself up, reverse tabletop. Press into those feet, lift up a little bit higher, keep the chin tucked into the chest. We don't wanna crunch into that cervical spine. Knees are parallel. Nice opening through the front of the chest. This is the antithesis of everything we do in our day, or hunching and rounding forward. Really important posture to do. Okay, sit the bum down, wrap the hands around the shin bones, chin into chest, curl back. We're gonna do a second set of that. I'm gonna give an option and variation. So you're gonna choose what's best for you. Setting those shoulders, come all the way up. Let's get ready for round two. You know your positioning. Chin into chest, big breath in. Exhale all the way up, hold it here. Now you're welcome to tap the bum down, or if you wanna come with me, you're gonna lower the bum, you're gonna pull the bum back behind you. You're on your heels. You're gonna maintain the height of the bum, lifting yourself up. You're gonna pull forward, heels come down, you're gonna lift. We're gonna do that 3 times. Back, hold for 2, lift that pelvic floor, come forward. One more time, all the way back, hold it, and then coming forward. Okay, lifting that head up, chin into chest. And then bringing that bum down. Let's just cross the legs. We're gonna hold onto the skin of the right wrist, pulling that skin down. You're gonna make a fist. Just start to roll that fist out, giving yourself a nice stretch. Same thing, other side, just holding onto that joint just below, pulling the skin down, making a fist, rolling it out. And then take those arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Now your forward fold might be here today, up on the hands, might be down on the elbows, or it may be all the way down. Walk yourself back. We're gonna extend that right leg out. We're gonna pick up the left foot. Hold that foot in your hand, either wrapping around or holding the knee. You can also bring that crease into the elbow arch, and we're gonna rock back and forth. You thought I forgot this, and to be honest with you, I almost did, but we're back to it. We don't wanna leave you lopsided today. So back and forth, rocking it out, sawing through all those fascial adhesions, really opening up our range of motion. Try to stay tall through the spine. And then when you're ready, you're gonna take that left hand to the pinky toe edge, and we're gonna work on a diagonal, pulling that hip back, extending out. Little crack there, little snap, crackle, pop. Awesome. From here, we're gonna do a slow roll down. So we're gonna plant those feet. We're gonna tuck the tailbone under. Arms come up, tailbone down, and you're slowly gonna come down onto your back. Try not to chunk, really Focus on that belly as slow as you possibly can. Maybe you're slower than me. Slow, slow, slow. Eventually taking those legs out, arms above you. And then we're going to squeeze into a tiny ball, bringing the knees in, bringing the forehead to the knees. And I want you to hold all your tension right at center. So forehead's coming to the knees. You're going to clench your jaw and your eyes. You're going to bring the shoulders up towards the ears. You're going to squeeze your toes and your hands. You're going to hold your belly. Hold as much tension as you can for 5, 4, harder, 3, 2, and 1. Release it. Extend those legs out to the corners of your mats. Tuck the shoulder blades under. Extend the arms about 6 inches from your body and let the fingertips curl up. Let the body now rest down into the mat. And just feel that prana, that life force energy circling in all the space that we've opened up today. Just breathing, allowing each exhale to carry you down further into your mat, relaxing you, settling you. Swallow. Track the energy line of release right to the base of the digestive tract. The eyes are heavy in the sockets, and all 206 bones of your body are weighted and heavy, pulling you further down into the rubber of your mat, making an indentation. Just let your body settle. Feel that layer just underneath your skin. You might feel it in tingling, pins and needles, heat, cool. Just feeling the shape of your body, your edges. Feeling that structure where you end and the atmosphere begins. And then slowly the lines of the two start to dissolve into one another. And just start to melt. Right into the mat. Right into possibility, potentiality, universal consciousness, your highest self. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Start to wiggle fingers and toes, rolling wrists and ankles. Give yourself a nice big stretch. Bend your knees, roll over to your right side, and just take a moment in a fetal position. This is a perfect time to set an intention for your week, for your day. Maybe a prayer, offering gratitude, or even a dedication of your practice today to somebody in your life who may really need it. Before we rise up together, just remembering our mantra, we learn to bend so we don't break. We take this into our lives take it off the mat into our challenges. Let's press our hand down and then slowly making our way all the way back up. Seated in a position where the spine can be straight and tall. Let's finish today's practice all together with a breath. We're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, take our hands down to heart center. We bow the head to the heart, connecting love and wisdom. The divine light in me sees, honors, and bows to the divine light in each and every one of you. When you're in that space and I'm in that space, there is only one.